Hello, everyone, and welcome to this inaugural episode of Millennial Rewind, the podcast where we take a not so sentimental look at the movies and TV shows that were around when millennials were growing up. I'm Nick, one of your hosts.
I'm John, and I refuse to be sworn in any way.
I'm Jules, and I'm off my meds.
Yes, you are not on your meds. Yeah, so we kind of came up with this podcast idea during COVID. We would do a movie night on Saturday nights, kind of watching 80s, 90s, early 2000s movies and shows.
Yeah, it was kind of a way to get through lockdowns and stuff, and it was just, let's pull up some old movies that are still fun to watch, but also fun to make fun of. So we got like Commando, Demolition Man, a lot of that out of the system pretty early. As far as movie night went, and just had a lot of fun, and kind of figured, hey, maybe someone else might want to listen to us, talk out our asses about movies.
That was pretty much the conceit that we came up with to start this podcast.
Yeah, and we want to take you back to the 90s, a time of Jurassic Park, The Lion King, and the new adventures of Superman, which I loved and remember loving, but I haven't seen it for ages, and I'm kind of curious if it holds up in any way because I'm not sure.
I hope it's as campy and cheesy as I remember. I mean, it's definitely not Adam West Batman levels of camp, but
I mean, even if the show hasn't jumped the shark, Dean Cain definitely jumped the shark. The guy who played Superman in that show. Yeah, we're also going to take you to the early 2000s, Van Wilder, Zoolander, the original Fast and Furious, see if those hold up.
And then, most wonderfully, back to the 80s when we were just idiot 5-year-olds with no sense of style or taste or anything and thought everything was awesome. I cannot wait to see what kind of shit I thought was good.
John shared with us a Mr. T educational video for kids, which is absolutely going to be on the watch list.
This is going to be like our very special episode, so yeah.
If all the listeners have been good boys and girls at the end of the year, we'll do Mr. T.
What I want to say is that we don't mean to offend. This is meant to all be in good fun, but if we do, please be sure to write a comment and leave it on someone else's podcast so we know. Like a cooking podcast, I mean, I'd like to picture an enthusiastic chef wondering why so many of his listeners are angry about all the dick jokes.
Yeah, or maybe let Joe Rogan know why you hate our podcast.
I think it's important that he
Oh
knows.
man, so much exposure that way. Yeah. Bitch to far more famous platforms about us.
Yes. Yeah, basically what we're saying is we're not a bunch of edgelords over here, but our humor tends to skew blue. So, if you're offended easily, let the cooking podcast know, or don't listen. Either or, maybe a bit of both, whatever you want to do.
I like how we're telling in our intro that our listeners should not listen to us.
You've been warned.
Yes. This is the hard sell. Definitely don't definitely don't listen to our show.
Definitely don't watch it either.
Definitely don't watch it either. I mean, you can't watch it because it's an audio medium, so you can't watch it. So don't do
and
that.
If you could, it would just be one large censor bar.
If you can see sound waves, go see your doctor.
That's a condition called synesthesia. I always thought it'd be kind of cool.
Don't take Molly, Jules. Just don't take Molly.
You're not the boss of me.
And also, yeah, if you haven't been able to glean this by now, not for kids. There's a reason why we clicked explicit on the podcast settings. So
yeah, why the fuck did you do that?
Because I want to fucking swear,
and I
Jules.
like to record
Fuck?
topless.
And bottomless.
Yeah, but you can't see that on camera yet. So
only for the future patrons.
It's an exclusive tier.
Give us 5 stars if you want to see. No.
We will get none of the stars.
So there you have it. That's kind of what the podcast is going to sound like. A lot of banter like that. So if that is your thing, head on over to one of our episodes. Check them out. If you like them, subscribe, share, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes so others can find us. And we will see you in those episodes.